We find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. A moment ago, through a shower of pyrotechnics, it was the hometown Broncos taking the field as they get set to do battle with the Los Angeles Chargers. And off we go from Denver. Now Dede Westbrook to return. And a pretty poor return as he will dive to the ground to give himself up.
The Chargers take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Off the play fake, Love. Sliding out of the pocket. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big play that time on the catch and run.
And good quarterbacks know that when things start to break down and they're forced to flee the pocket, they can often count on their running backs to try and bail them out. That happened on that play. Nice gain.
Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. And here's Tucker McCann now for the PAT. And the Chargers grab the 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Chargers 7, Broncos 0.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Green to bring it back. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Lock and the Broncos going to come up 1st and 10 at their own 26. Here's the first carry for Austin Ekeler. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. And, Charles, you look at this defense. They were a very loose group coming into the week, knowing they kind of had the upper hand going into this one, taking on a team that hasn't won in a month and a half.
And that works well for you if you establish your dominance early in the game against a team that's struggling. But if somehow they fashion some plays together early, knock them back on their heels, that looseness can be used against them. Then they're trying to scramble to make sure they get their game right.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Lock. He'll get this out wide to Ekeler. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So they give up the completion there. But defensively, Charles, you're going up against a quarterback here who's had some moments, but really a lot of ups and downs in the early part of his career. What's the plan against a guy like this?
Well, you want to rattle him first and foremost. Bring some people.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And the return stops at the 39-yard line.
Yeah, he's just trying to throw this ball into the hole in the zone, but those windows can open and close quickly, especially in the middle of the field. So if the timing's not right, we'll see interceptions like that one right there.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And he's going to go down, but a penalty marker too, and they might very well have jumped the snap there. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. A boost here to start the drive. After the penalty, it's 1st and 5. Love looking to throw it. Swinging this out for Pollard. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got him the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
Play fake. Here's Love. The open man is Westbrook. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a 1st down. On play action. Love to throw. This is caught, and he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Dawson Knox, touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Chargers have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. Extra point by McCann, up and good, and it's now 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Green to bring it back. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
First and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they, of course, coming into this one in the midst of a tough losing streak. They did get helped out by the open week last week, and in talking with him, all indicate into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And they're already in the red zone. The 18-yard line is where they take over. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands.
At the 16-yard line.
To throw again on second down. Love. That is caught inside the 5. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Damiere Byrd, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Chargers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by McCann, up and good. And it's now 21-0.
Chargers 21, Broncos nothing.
So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. Green to bring it back. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
This is a counter play. Eckler, and not a lot of daylight. Not really any daylight inside as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up second down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
At their 48-yard line.
Here we go. One for Mike. Watch one. Watch one. Come off the ball hard. Mike one. Mike one. You.
They look to throw. It's Locke. He'll drop this one off to Eckler. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
Here we go, Steve. Here I come again. Here I come again.
They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
They fake the handoff, now Locke. That's into the hands of Eckler. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 31-yard line. 21-0 our score after one. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
You got three down. So Mike's number one. Watch the run.
From the gun, it's Locke. This is the tight end fan. That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you.
And a loose football. And picked up by the Chargers. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
They may have the edge on the scoreboard.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
Here we go. Get off the field.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Locke. Throw left side complete. That's Connor. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game, because that was his longest run of this contest.
Mike 9.
2nd and 5 now. Locke to the goal line, but it's incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
In their mind, certainly a field goal try would be a letdown. They had the great starting field position, now facing 3rd down. On play action, Locke. The quick slant caught. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds, right at the 3. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. So the snap will come from the 3, but remember, they don't need the touchdown. They can get the first down if they get a yard, and the ball gets to the 2. They'll run for it with Eckler. And he is trying to get to the marker. Going to depend on the spot, but I'm not sure he got there, and he did not. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. The Charger drive about to get going. And they, on paper, Charles, no doubt they have the edge in this one. They are sitting with the AFC elite, and on the other side, they're down toward the bottom of the AFC. But you know what they say, especially at this point in the season, watch out for a trap game.
And in doing so, I would take my game plan and condense it. I would rely on my fundamentals, the fact that my players are probably just better, and not try and do too much, do just enough to win the game. And on the other side of the field, I'm doing everything. Every trick play I can think of, every different formation, you name it, I'm throwing it at them in order to try and get the upset win. Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. And he'll just get rid of it. So, Charles, you talk about this head coach and his future with this franchise. Look, it's been a frustrating year, and I think we saw some of that frustration boil over at his weekly press conference earlier in the week.
Yeah, he's trying to say all the right things, isn't he? But he's heard the rumors. He knows what's going on out there. And right now, he is tired of having to answer the question, are you on the hot seat in every meeting with reporters? This week, he kind of said, I've had enough. And I don't blame him. He looks like a guy that may very well be out the door. And time to give some credit to the big fellows, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes because you got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Thus far, they have been able to move the line of scrimmage very well in the running game. Almost felt like they said in the huddle, can you guys pass protect? Let's take a big shot downfield. Didn't get it on that one, but they may come back to it again.
And the ball comes out. Love lost it. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. So possession still theirs, but now they face a third down. To throw now. Here's Love. Open man. He completes it to Judy. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Now, that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? Looking long for Westbrook. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. So on 4th down, on comes the left-footed punter, Kevin Huber, to punt it away. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. And this will be taken at the 13. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. That's a 49-yard punt, 8, though, on the return. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say maybe makes that offense feel good, but when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. A handoff, it's Eckler. Give him maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Now Locke going to run a little touch pass here to his wideout. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Locke now to throw. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And the Chargers are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. 3 first-half interceptions now, and Charles, you'd have to think a fair amount of concern is developing over there on that sideline.
And there should be, because essentially he's been a little loose and possibly reckless with the football here in the first half. Now, maybe it's not all on him, but still 3 interceptions. That puts the entire team in jeopardy. So the play caller from here on out got to design some throws for him that he can complete, keep it away from the defense, and try and get him back on track.
Play action this time with Love. They're looking for Judy, but it's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into a bigger points. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Shotgun snap to Locke. He'll get this to Eckler. And they stop him short of the first as he can only get to the 20. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. They'll go for it. It's Locke. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Here's Locke. He's got it. Touchdown. Austin Eckler with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Broncos get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by Seibert up and good. And the lead will be cut down to 14. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. With it on the return now, here's Westbrook.
Westbrook on the return. The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. Eluding the pressure right. That'll be caught downfield by Byrd. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Love from the gun. Flushed out right. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, not much there that time, and I think we were both wondering once he got out of the box whether he just throw the ball away and he winds up only picking up a yard or 2.
Love, they go play action now. That is caught. Westbrook's got it. He will go out right near the 35-yard line. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Final play of the half, Love. And it's caught. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Jerry Jeudy as time expires in the first half. And the Chargers will extend their lead here just before halftime. McCann now for the extra point. He knocks it through. It's 28-7. So we have reached halftime intermission with the visiting Chargers on top. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. It'll be the Broncos getting the football first in this second half as they trail, and we are back underway. Green to bring it back. And he returns this to the 22. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
Play action. Now it's Locke. They'll fire one downfield for Fant. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. It's a big play there for the Broncos.
And this offense needed something to try and seize the momentum a little bit. And that might have been exactly what they needed. Now they have a chance to go downfield and score and cut into the lead.
On first down, Locke. He'll get this out wide to Eckler. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that'll make it a second down.
Brings up second and 3.
Now a play fake, and here's Locke. Touchdown, Broncos. Noah Fant, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos cut into that lead. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the lead will be cut down to 14. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. And you combine a big leg with a mile-high air. There's the outcome. This will sail out of the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You can say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. Here's Love. Flush to his right. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
The Broncos take over first and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go. Run the mic. Watch one. Watch one.
After the turnover, here's Locke. Escaping the pressure right. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball. He could not hang on. Second down coming up. Here's second and 10. Locke off of play action. This is swung out to Eckler. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Throwing now is Locke. A solid stiff arm. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. And until that point, we haven't seen Julio Jones. That's hard to believe here this late in the game.
And no one more frustrated than Julio Jones, because receivers feed off of catches. That's their fuel, and that's also their affirmation. He hasn't been getting...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. Well, this is one heck of an individual performance we're witnessing. That is now his 3rd interception. And keep in mind, folks, this isn't a safety or a cornerback. This is a linebacker.
Does this feel to you like he's having a flashback? Because a lot of these linebackers we see in the NFL, in high school, they were offensive stars. They touched the football all the time. It's like he said to himself, let's go back and put on the leather jacket and go get the football. How about this one? 3 interceptions thus far.
Now he'll let it go deep right side. Well, the defense loses him. It's complete. Touchdown, L.A.
Well, CD, you know, with receivers, we talk about their speed, great hands. It's tough to quantify elusiveness, but they say he has great elusiveness, and he showed it right there with a run after the catch.
And talk about a quick answer. This looked like a missed assignment. You'd think someone would be able to rein him in after he makes this catch, but he's so slippery in the open field, he's able to take it all the way to the end zone.
Extra point by McCann, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Green to bring it back.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
So Mike's number one.
Block working out of the gun. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Dwayne Smoot. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
What we got? Mike one.
They fake the handoff. Now Locke. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Kenny Moore. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10.
Watch the run. Here we go.
Love looking to throw it. Swinging this out for Pollard. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Well, the pressure gets to Love, and he'll go down. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. It's some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. To pass, here's Jordan Love. Open man is Westbrook, complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down, that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
Love now to pass on first down. That's going to be caught. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Dawson Knox, his second TD of the game and 16th on the season. And the Chargers are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. Extra point by McCann, up and good. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
The Broncos on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Locke.
He dumps it to Eckler underneath.
And they're going to get him down well short of the first, as he can only get this to the 30. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
A field goal would tie it, but they want more. They're going for it.
Now Locke, gotta have this one. He'll get this one complete to Zay Jones. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
Again, it's Locke.
He'll drop this one off to Eckler.
And he's got some space here. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. It's a big play there for the Broncos. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 20. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going.
And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead.
Eluding the pressure right.
He'll find Sermon out of the backfield.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big gain that time for the Chargers. So the big play gets them across midfield now for 1st and 10. Play fake. Here's Love. Flushed out right. And he completes it to Westbrook. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the fourth quarter.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Landon Collins.
And the Broncos are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line. And that's now a half-dozen interceptions for him over the last 2 games. Because CD, remember, he threw 3 in the last ball game and now 3 more here.
And the way that you present it, partner, I'm not sure what sounds worse, right? Half a dozen over the last 2 games or 3 the last game, 3 this.
There he goes, left side. The 40. The 20. And all the way home for a Broncos score.
I tell you, for a defender, that's got to be a scary sight, seeing a big man like this with a head of steam behind him as he makes that catch and then turns upfield.
Yeah, and this is no ordinary run after the catch. This is supersized right here. He's able to look it in, turn upfield, and then it's as simple as looking for the area where the defenders aren't. And then he outruns them all the way to the end zone.
Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line.
The Chargers take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. Certainly no reason to panic. They've got the 3-score lead, but the turnover last time, the interception that led to a touchdown, you'd have to think they might not be dialing that up again.
Well, probably not. They're still in fantastic shape, though, so I would imagine before he trotted out here for this series, head coach probably just leaned over to him and was like, listen, we're wearing these color shirts. Throw it to those guys, not the others. Try to make a joke out of it and just let them go out there with a little bit more confidence.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Play action this time with Love.
They'll fire one deep for Westbrook.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
You know, you're following up on this head coach and the pressure that he is under. CD, I want to switch it to you because you've been on winning teams, but I know you've been in similar situations too where things just are not going well. How do you approach that as a player?
It's a tough approach, Brandon, because you actually have to do the opposite of what you would think. You know, in your mind.
And the ball comes out. Love lost it. It's picked up by the Broncos. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect him.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
Forced out to his left. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. He'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. On play action, Locke. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Kenny Moore. And the Chargers are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. The number 7 usually lucky here, not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer, the last to do it in 2001, to throw 7 picks. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now Love. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be a second down.
36 brings up 2nd and 4.
Out of the shotgun, it's Love. Flush to his right. Throw right side is going to be caught by Judy. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. That one looks like he'll throw here. Buying time to his left. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. A throw left side, complete to his receiver, Westbrook. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
3rd and 2. Love with it. This is caught. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And the Broncos are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the 4th quarter, trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people are really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game. 2nd and 10. Here's Locke to throw.
And he's just throwing the ball up for grabs now. Fortunately, that one going to fall incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Clock now to throw. He's got his big tight end, Fant. They had a nice job there defensively. They get him to the ground short of the 1st, right around the 42. They'll go for it. It's Locke. He's got a man. It's Sutton that's complete. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the 1st. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. Clock now on 1st down. The left side completion to Jones. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
One final try for Locke. One last shot at the end zone. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was